Welcome to Chop It Up with Jays, where it's more than just a haircut. It's about real life, real people, real story that could change somebody's life. Today, sitting down with us is a person that proved past doesn't define your future. My boy, my brother, Jordan. All right, brother. For those who doesn't know you, tell us a little bit about yourself.
From Cherville, North Carolina. Grew up, born and raised there, good city.
So you say you're from Cherville. What do you do for a living?
Right now I'm cutting hair down at Sanitary Barbershop, Faded Waves, off of Main Street. I love what I do, man. Cutting hair has definitely changed the way I view my life and just life in general as well, you know.
How barber has changed your life, and why barber?
I came into barber after, a whole lot of brainstorming on what I was going to do with my life. There was a point in time in my life where all I had to do was sit and think and reflect. And I kept coming back to, a job where I could have family, work-life balance, and still make a comfortable living and try to make an impact as well. I kept coming back to barbering on that, and when I got the opportunity, I just pursued it.
And before barbering, what you used to do before you decided to be a barber? Like, what career path you had?
Before barbering, I'd worked in construction, manufacturing, things like that. But I had some other career choices that ended me up in the state penitentiary for a little while. And that's where I got to do my thinking and do my gut check and figure out, the lifestyle I was living was not the one I wanted for my future.
Well, there was a point that you had to reflect, like, it hit you in the gut, like, I got to do something different. I got to change if I want, a better future for myself and my family. Yeah,
I'll be completely honest. Like, the first bit I was in there, really wasn't in the best headspace. It wasn't clicking still. Honestly, the thing that made me change, like, sit down and do the reflecting was I had my daughter come on a visit.
That gotta be.
And that was, the feeling of having my daughter leaving, and I'm still behind, a fence and her having to see me in that way. I really had to do a gut check and realize, this affects more than just me. And
reality check for you, like trauma. I don't know if the right word is trauma, but just thinking like me, because I have a girl too, and putting myself in your position, like seeing my girl leave and I'm still inside, like that would destroy my heart. Like, yes. I think it will break me to a point like I would say, no shit, I gotta change.
That's exactly what happened, that moment right there I'll never forget. And you say you find out most about yourself during your hardest times, and that's true. Actually today, riding back towards town and passing places that wouldn't even given me an opportunity when I first got out because I was so fresh out and because of the things I'd done. But the thing I will say about the community of Cherville is that there were homeboys and brothers that, didn't give up on me. Did give me a chance I need, during those hard times when I'm going through barber school, still trying to make ends meet and, still pursue this career, and something I love to do. Homeboys giving me the opportunity to work with them and, not counting me out. Like, it feels like society you're forgotten, while you're in prison or getting out. Society's forgotten about you, but, the ones that stuck by you and seen it through, didn't give up on you, gave me the third, fourth chance, whatever it may, just showed love and support and me trying to be a better man.
Well, like, it sounded like you did, like you have people that believe in you in your hardest time when you was trying to get back in your feet, and it sounded like you had, people in the right corner, like believing in you and saying that, you can move forward and.
Absolutely. I keep a very small circle. The ones that I do keep in my circle are there, and I know they're not going nowhere. I know they're going to be there on the good days and the bad days. Honesty is, a trait that's rare these days. If I love somebody, I got to be honest with them, even if it hurts. Yeah, even if it hurts. And a big part of it is acceptance. I made that bed. I earned that 3 hots and a cot. So that was the biggest part of the gut check in there. Was like, okay, yeah, this is nobody's doing but my own that ended me up here. So what am I gonna do to make sure that this doesn't happen again, and that this isn't my life going forward? You know, because it's all on my decisions.
So the first part is like accepting it, that this is your way, you gotta carry this. You do this yourself, kind of thing. What advice do you have for somebody going to a similar situation? You know, like thinking that they're like in a dead end road, that they cannot make it, because I'm pretty sure it wasn't easy. No. You know, getting back on your feet, or when everybody is denying you,
right?
The way that the community is, or
your life will turn around. But the thing that comes with that is it's going to be a lot harder before it's a lot easier. You know, it's going to get a lot worse before it gets a lot better. It feels like, you know, you're going to have to put in the long hours. You're going to have to, you know, and a lot of times it's just patience. You know, just because you've had a change of heart doesn't mean it's going to change for you just because you know, you're doing better or doing different. You know, you got to get out and earn it like everybody else does, you know. Ain't nothing going to be handed just because, you know, I've had a change of living, or, you know, I'm seeing through this dead end. Like, this world's going to get any easier, or, you know, the hard times are still going to be there. But, you know, it's being grounded in why. You know, it's one thing that's big to me is a why, man. If you're going to do anything, you know, you're only going to be good at it if you have a purpose in it, if you have a reason behind it. You know, if you're going to succeed at anything, it's going to be deeper than just, you know, oh, I'm doing this because I enjoy it. You know, you gotta have a why.
What does success mean to you today compared to before?
My idea of success has definitely changed. You know, it's still, some things are still the same, but one thing that's changed is, you know, success today looks a lot like, you know, what my home life looks like. You know, am I taking care of people I love? You know, the ones that love me. You know, those relationships. Obviously, money gives you options. And, you know, being financially stable is a huge part of that, which is a great part of what I'm doing nowadays. But
what is something you wish someone would have told you when you was younger?
Slow down and enjoy the little things in life. Mm-hmm. You know, definitely the people in your life, because they come and go. You know, not everybody's here forever.
Yes, sir. The molete. Let's spin you around. The mole. I know everyone has a story that's worth telling. If you would like to chop it up with Jay and share your story, send me a DM. We make it happen. Until the next one.